Bitcoin dumping, and what did the Senate have to do with a committee on crypto next? Yes, guys, this is OG Crypto and NFTs. My name is Troy, and every day we go over the latest news in digital assets, cryptocurrencies, and non-fungible token NFTs. Today, action-packed. Again, we're seeing so much news just come in and out of this space, positive, negative. You know, every day you can't get away from the SEC, but today we're going to kind of step aside, push them aside because they've been a big loser the last month, 2 months now, and we're going to go over what's happening with Bitcoin and what's happening with the industry. Before we jump into that, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. We want to grow this channel. Boom. God, where's she at? Where's she at? There she is. I know our producer, Emi, is on the spot here, blowing her nose and on live or on video.
I'm fine.
She says she's fine. We're going to see her in a little bit. Just see her in a little bit. I'm going to find out if she's fine or not. All right, let's jump right into it. Bitcoin, it says more than 70 billion wiped off of crypto markets in 24 hours as Bitcoin drops 8% below 20,000. Guys, this is going to be 2023. Everyone got pumped, all the hype. Oh, Bitcoin's the moon. It was a bear market rally. It went pretty far up from 18 to about 24, and then now it's getting beat down. A lot of macro going on that's hurting Bitcoin, and it's going to continue. Obviously, just in the last week, we've had Silvergate Bank just dissolve into thin air. You have, a lot going on with Bitcoin itself directly. We're having Mt. Gox tomorrow. You have to make a decision on what you want to do, either custody your funds or your crypto, or move them off. We also had Voyager now. It looks like Binance is going to lock up that deal with Voyager, and then they're going to go release about 70% or so of the funds back to the depositors. Thank you, Lord, because the SEC doesn't care about depositors, doesn't care about Joe investor, Joe on the street investor. They only care about big money, big VCs and big banks that Gary Gensler bows down to and serves. So good to see that. These are the things that are holding Bitcoin down. There's several other reasons why. We saw that the U.S. government this week threw 9,000 Bitcoin on Coinbase, and now are they selling them down? We're going to find that out really quick here, seeing it kind of drop. I think that the U.S. government is obviously on this choke point, Operation Choke Point 2. I think it's crypto. And one way to hurt the market is to dump the U.S. government's Bitcoin. That will hurt the market for sure. At least Bitcoin dominance is going to plummet. All right, next, crypto bank signature slides on Friday amid troubles at Silicon Valley. This is from CNBC. I'm beating a dead horse here, but Signature now has become the biggest crypto bank, and they have been really pro, let's call it the government, U.S. government administration. And so they had on February put out that only transactions of $100,000 or more would be going through their bank. And so they're slowly but surely cutting off U.S. clients from Binance, especially attacking Binance. And so Binance used Signature Bank, then kind of made their way over a little to Silvergate. Now they're figuring out other ways of moving money around. But Paxos is not one of those ways, because we know the government is now, the SEC suing Paxos. All right. Let's go to what the Senate committee here on crypto. This is Tom Emmers. He's a House of Representatives in the state of Minnesota, and he has been very pro crypto for a while, and he really attacks the administration and the SEC on all the things they've done. And he has a witness that he is now asking questions to about what the U.S. is doing here in the United States. Let's listen to this real quick. And it's a few minutes. Let's go.
February 7th, 2023, the Federal Reserve published a statement in the Federal Register seemingly turning this perspective into a final rule without following the public comment process outlined in the Administrative Procedure Act. In the midst of this, on January 20.
So what he's basically saying here is that the Fed has said, oh, banks can't custody, crypto. And he's saying, well, hold on, there's a procedure that you need to go through. You just can't just say it. But of course, the Fed just said it, and then everyone bows to the Fed, who's not even an elected official. There's no elected officials on the Fed. This is just some made up, government, entity that actually controls your daily lives, but it's no one there that's being elected. So let's keep going.
2023, the White House National Economic Council published, quote, the administration's roadmap to mitigate cryptocurrency's risks. This report summarizes President Biden's political plan to lawlessly abuse the administrative state to push American crypto firms and their United States customers into offshore, unregulated, opaque, and unsafe markets.
Now let's go discuss this, because this is the big issue that I have. The Biden administration, about a year ago, came out and said that they are putting committees together to go look at crypto, probably regulate it, and have it regulated through several different committees in which they have formed. And what has happened since? Well, we keep seeing some positive news, some baby steps forward. We even thought before the election in November that we might have at least one stage of it, which would be stablecoin, some stablecoin regulation. What did we actually see? Well, if you go on crypto Twitter, you saw a lot of people figuring out that in the crypto world, that FTX or Sam Bankman-Fried was a fraud, a complete fraud. Now, we just rolled right into the elections, and right after the elections, that narrative kind of blew up. And sooner or later, Sam Bankman-Fried came out and he kind of just said, all right, I'm insolvent. My Alameda is insolvent. His firm, also his firm. And since then, what have you seen? Because he was donating the blue team like crazy during the 2020 election, and now during the 2022 election. And all of a sudden, their golden child, the ticket that was giving them hundreds of millions of dollars, and now we're finding he gave out illegal campaign, and now we're trying to claw back all the campaign contributions. Now all of a sudden, it's the everything becomes anti-crypto now, because they caught the guy giving them money and filtering them money. Very interesting. When the blue team was getting paid, they were all for crypto. Let's go, Sammy. Let's go, FTX. And then the second day he gets caught as a complete fraud, then they're going, oh, we hate crypto. It's the devil. It's the devil. That's what we're seeing. Gary Gensler, the regulator who met with the current criminals, isn't getting spanked down by his own administration. They're patting him on the back for going after crypto, even though he partied and made those backroom deals with FTX. Let's continue, Tom.
These recent actions are an explicit display of what Congress and the American people already noticed. This administration is weaponizing the banking sector to debank legal crypto activity here in the U.S., using scare tactics to run an entire industry out of the country. And the collapse of FTX should warn us of the vulnerable position we are putting American consumers in when we don't compete to keep crypto firms on shore. Clearly, the administration's policies are motivated by a thirst for increased control over the American people, because here in Congress, crypto is not partisan. Republicans and Democrats have an 8-year history of working productively together on solutions to this space. Mr. Gould, no regulator has understood the importance of unlocking access to financial services for crypto companies better than the OCC under Brian Brooks. Of course, you did great work on that team, so I'm going to ask you a series of questions that will, I hope, assist our committee's work. First, in your view, is the administration's regulatory posture towards digital assets encouraging or discouraging financial institutions from offering services to digital asset firms?
Discouraging.
In your view, is the administration's regulatory posture towards digital assets encouraging or discouraging financial institutions from innovating themselves and offering digital asset products and services to their clients?
Discouraging.
As it concerns innovation and consumers, what is the potential impact?
And we get what he's trying to say here, right? We understand that the Biden administration now is anti-crypto because his golden boy got caught, who actually spent more money on him and his campaign than almost everybody else. He was one of the top campaign contributors. And on top of that, he was using user funds for those campaign contributions. Think about this, guys. Think about it. It's just like a kid who got his shovel taken away in the sandbox. And what does he do? He starts throwing sand. This is exactly it. You know, it just makes you very, very disappointed at who the blue team and having them in power, leaving Gary Gensler there, not scolding Gary Gensler, not having Gary Gensler on the Hill going over all this stuff. They just love, I mean, look at how many pictures did they just hug, love, Sam Bankman-Fried. Why? Campaign contributions. You pay for the hugs. You pay for the smiles. So that's what's happening. I'm gonna get off my soapbox here. I'm done with this, administration that wants to regulate by enforcement. It's ridiculous. All right. Well, guess what else is being regulated by enforcement? You got it, Ethereum. And it's very interesting. So the Attorney General here, she obviously went after KuCoin and then said there were several different assets in KuCoin that were securities, including Ethereum, right? And then she sent it was an email or it was a tweet out to Joe Lubin of the Ethereum Foundation and Vitalik and said, "What's up? Like, what's up? What do you got to say?" Right? Because she's going after it. I think that this is not a coordinated attack unless, okay, conspiracy theory right here, unless Lubin and Vitalik, who met with Jay Clayton, the former SEC commissioner, who then met with Gary Gensler at the very end there before Jay Clayton just walked away, they made all a deal together, and this is my speculation, that Ethereum was not going to be a security. Obviously, back in 2018, we heard Bill Hemmond say it. But they wanted to get rid of competition. That's where the Ripple SEC case came out of. How do you get a case and then you walk away? How do you go, "Oh, guys, let's vote on it, and tomorrow I'm leaving the entire agency and I don't give a crap what's going on"? He handed the baton off to Gary Gensler, and Gary Gensler then took it. Well, I think what happened again is that Sam Bankman-Fried got caught, all the change of administration. Maybe we're not as vested into the former administration, the former, Hinman and Clayton, and the way to separate ourselves, because I got to think Hinman and Clayton are going to get sued. And as soon as this SEC Ripple case is over with, if they agree, I think Hinman is going to get sued. I actually think Jay Clayton's getting sued too. They have no reason why they brought this case. And you had how many, you took our XRP down from over $1 down to 17 cents in a day because you sued them. So then you hurt the public over comments in which you couldn't even come up with a good argument over, right? So now your job was to keep the public safe. Instead, you harm the public. You need to pay for those harms. And I think they brought her out. And I think they're saying, okay, we need to mitigate our damages here, and let's have this Attorney General go after Ethereum. It's going to draw it out a little bit, hurt the market some more, because anyways, we're in the hurt the market, in the hurt the market atmosphere right now. And I think that she's going to bring this out, and I think that they're going to get beat up. I don't know. Joe Lubin, we haven't heard nothing from you. We haven't heard nothing from Vitalik either. I think they're sitting in their little huts back in Switzerland. That's where they ran off to and, formed a company because they were too scared to do it here in the United States. And Ethereum 2.0, absolutely is a security. When you have that much Ethereum stake, billions in dollars of Ethereum stake, and it's only staked and they receive proceeds because Ethereum itself is producing fees that they're trickling down to them, they are absolutely breaking the Howey test, and they absolutely are a security. There is no question about it. We obviously know that ICO is an absolute security. There's no one even arguing that point. So let's go see what happens here. Let's go see if she's just a stoolie, or is she actually somebody that is on her own, a wild child that's going to attack crypto and Ethereum. All right, so let's jump into the NFTs here. Let's bring on our lovely Emi. Emi, how you doing?
Hi, here I am.
And how are you doing today?
Hi. I don't feel great, but this story is super great. So let's jump right into that. Planet Hollywood signs deal with Animoca Brands to launch NFT Club in LA. This is, super exciting. I know you're going to want a membership there. Maybe you'll frequent it more than the 80s Club. That would be nice. On Thursday, Animoca Brands, a digital entertainment company, unveiled its plans for a brand new members-only club in Los Angeles. I think the name is amazing. Club 3. That's so great. That's so great. But I don't think they could have come up with anything better than that. So it's like kind of comparing it to when Yuga Labs did their own Bored Ape Yacht Club, which, would eventually become the exclusive club in cryptocurrency. And what they're looking to do here is build on this achievement and eliminate the distinction between physical and virtual memberships. So they are a Hong Kong-based software company, and they have released some other stuff here in the past, Eating Games being one that I recognize the most. And let's see here, it's going to be launching sometime at the end of this year. They're trying to not give the location away, but they are disclosing that it will be on Sunset Boulevard. If this club does go well, they're looking to expand other locations in New York, Miami, Tokyo, London, Paris, and Hong Kong.
So it's a physical location and a club.
I'm sure you're gonna have to buy a club or buy an NFT to get in as your membership.
Right, and the memberships are $2,500 to $7,500, which that's what pretty much would be the NFT cost, right? Yep. Hey, the rich and famous in NFT world, right?
Yeah, I think this is really cool. I think this is really fun. I think this is probably the funnest take you can do on a concept like this, and I hope that it does end up looking something like this image.
Yeah, they haven't. I don't think it's being built. It hasn't been.
I'm sure like a concept design thing or whatever.
I don't think it's that.
Yeah, or it's just a picture.
That's not even a high end. That's like a high end Denny's. So.
I don't know. Maybe this will be screens where like different NFTs rotate through or something. I think this could be very fun.
Well, guys, thank you very much for joining us today. We definitely appreciate it. If you guys have any questions, please leave them down in the comment section. Otherwise, you guys have a fantastic day, and we will see you on Monday.
Bye.